Antarctica, cold, ice, penguins, a land of endless white where the temperature drops to bone-chilling lows. But amidst this frozen wilderness, there exists a group of penguins unlike any other. Meet Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, and Private, not your average penguins. These four have a knack for turning the icy tundra into their personal playground. These guys, trouble with a capital T. Wherever they go, chaos and laughter follow. They're the South Pole Shenanigans Squad, and they live for mischief. Skipper, the leader, always had a plan, usually involved pranks. With his sharp mind and quick thinking, he orchestrated the most elaborate schemes. Kowalski, the brains, built crazy contraptions. For pranks, of course. His inventions were as wild as his imagination, from fish-flavored stink bombs to fake ice holes. Rico, the demolitions expert, loved explosions. Give him anything that goes boom, and he's in his element. His enthusiasm for pyrotechnics was unmatched. You guessed it, for pranks. Rico's explosive antics always added an extra bang to their shenanigans. And Private? He just wanted to have fun. The youngest of the group, his innocence and playful nature brought a lighthearted touch to their adventures. Their home? A giant iceberg sculpted into a secret lair. Hidden from prying eyes, it was the perfect base for their operations, complete with a prank room. This was where the magic happened, where plans were hatched and pranks were perfected. Shelves stacked with fish-flavored stink bombs, fake ice holes, and penguin-shaped balloons. Every item meticulously crafted for maximum mischief. Yeah, these penguins were something else. They turned the frozen wasteland into a playground of pranks and laughter. The South Pole Shenanigans Squad, always ready for their next big adventure. "All right, boys," Skipper announced with a determined glint in his eye. His voice was firm, commanding the attention of every penguin in the room. "Operation Fish Frenzy is a go!" This was no ordinary mission. It required precision, teamwork, and a dash of mischief. The penguins knew the stakes were high, but they were ready. The penguins huddled closer, their eyes gleaming with mischief. They whispered and giggled, their excitement palpable. Each one knew their role and was eager to execute the plan. Their favorite target? Larry the leopard seal. Larry was notorious for his grumpy demeanor and insatiable appetite. He was the perfect target for their playful antics. Lazy, grumpy, and always hungry. Larry was often found lounging around, yawning and looking for his next meal. The penguins knew they could count on his predictable behavior. The plan? Simple, yet brilliant. It involved a fish-shaped balloon, a fishing line, and a bit of courage. Each penguin had a specific task to ensure the plan's success. Rico regurgitated a fish-shaped balloon. It was a peculiar talent, but one that was crucial for the mission. The balloon was the bait, and it had to look convincing. Kowalski attached a fishing line. His nimble flippers worked quickly, ensuring the balloon was securely fastened. The line was long enough to keep them at a safe distance. Private, bless his heart, was the bait. He held the fishing rod nervously, his eyes wide with anticipation. He knew his role was crucial, and he was determined to do his part. They tossed the balloon near Larry. The penguins watched in silence, their hearts pounding. The balloon floated gently, landing just within Larry's reach. He lunged, swallowing it whole. Larry's eyes widened in surprise, but it was too late. The balloon was gone, and the penguins' plan was in motion. The penguins watched, their flippers muffling their laughter. Larry burped, loudly. The sound echoed through the ice, and the penguins couldn't contain their giggles. Mission accomplished. Skipper chuckled, proud of his team's success. The penguins waddled towards the human research station. Today's target? The scientists. "Remember, boys," Skipper whispered, "we're professionals. Let's make this prank legendary." Kowalski had outdone himself. He created a giant ice slide, starting from the roof of the research station, ending in a pile of snow. One by one, unsuspecting scientists slid down, screaming with surprise. The penguins? They watched from a safe distance, holding their stomachs from laughing too hard. One day, the penguins woke up to a disaster. It was a bright and chilly morning in the Antarctic, and the penguins were ready to start their day. But something was terribly wrong. Their stash of fish was gone. The once overflowing pile of fish, their main source of food, had vanished into thin air. The penguins were in shock and disbelief. How could this have happened? "Stolen! This means war!" Skipper declared. The leader of the penguins, Skipper, was furious. He grabbed a megaphone and rallied the troops. "We will not stand for this. We will find the culprits and make them pay," he shouted. The culprit? A gang of sneaky skuas, known for their thievery. These skuas had a reputation for being the tricksters of the Antarctic. They had been eyeing the penguins' fish stash for weeks, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The penguins devised a plan. They knew they had to be clever to outsmart the skuas. They huddled together, brainstorming ideas and sketching out blueprints. They needed a plan that would teach the skuas a lesson they would never forget. A taste of their own medicine. The penguins decided to turn the tables on the skuas. They would use the skuas' own tricks against them. The plan was simple, but brilliant. They filled a crate with rocks. The penguins gathered as many rocks as they could find and filled a large crate to the brim. It was heavy, but that was the point. Disguised it as a delicious fish buffet. They carefully labeled the crate Delicious Fish Buffet and added some fishy decorations to make it look irresistible. The trap was set. The skuas fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. The skuas, unable to resist the promise of a free meal, swooped down and opened the crate. They were in for a big surprise. The penguins watched as the skuas tried to carry the heavy crate, their tiny legs wobbling. The skuas struggled and strained, but the crate was too heavy to lift. The penguins couldn't help but laugh at the sight. "That's what you get for messing with the prank masters," Skipper shouted. The penguins cheered and celebrated their victory. They had outsmarted the skuas and protected their precious fish stash. Skipper, with a proud smile, declared, "Let this be a lesson to all who dare to mess with us." Section 5. The Great Penguin Switcheroo. The penguins were bored, and boredom always led to trouble. "I've got an idea," Skipper said, his eyes twinkling. "Operation Penguin Switcheroo is a go." They snuck into the penguin colony, swapping penguin chicks between their parents. Chaos ensued. Parents squawked in confusion. Chicks chirped in distress. The penguins? They found the whole thing hilarious. "This never gets old," Kowalski chuckled. Section 6. Human Targets. Researchers beware. The penguins set their sights on a new target, a group of scientists studying penguin behavior. "Let's give them something to study," Skipper smirked. They replaced the scientists' notebooks with prank instructions, their pens with squirting flowers, and their coffee with fish oil. The scientists were baffled. The penguins? They documented everything. For science, of course, and for a good laugh. Section 7. Revenge of the skuas. Remember those skuas? They wanted revenge. They ambushed the penguins, pelting them with snowballs. The penguins, caught off guard, were covered in snow. "All right, boys, retreat," Skipper yelled. They regrouped in their lair, humiliated but not defeated. "This isn't over," Skipper growled. "We'll get those skuas back, tenfold." Section 8. The pranks backfire. The penguins planned their revenge, a massive snowball trap, but, things didn't go as planned. The trap malfunctioned, burying the penguins instead of the skuas. They were stuck, cold, wet, and miserable. Even worse, the skuas were circling overhead, laughing their feathered butts off. "This is what I get for trusting you with the engineering, Kowalski," Skipper grumbled. Section 9. Lessons not learned. Penguins will be penguins. The penguins eventually escaped, soaked, shivering, and humbled. But did they learn their lesson? Nope. "Next time," Skipper declared, shaking his fist at the sky, "we'll get them." The other penguins exchanged mischievous glances. They knew better than to question their leader's dedication to pranking. After all, they were prankster penguins. It was in their nature. Section 10. The Antarctic Pranksters. Legends in the making. Word of their antics spread throughout Antarctica, from the highest glaciers to the deepest oceans. The penguins became legends. Animals feared their pranks. Scientists documented their every move. The penguins reveled in their notoriety. They were the prankster penguins of Antarctica, and they weren't stopping anytime soon. Section 11. Plotting the next big prank. Stay tuned. Back in their secret lair, the penguins were plotting. Their eyes gleamed with mischief. "Operation Aurora Borealis is a go," Skipper announced. The details were top secret, but one thing was certain. It was going to be epic. The Antarctic had never seen anything like it. Stay tuned.